Morning. Um, Welcome to Friday morning. Got Brian helping us out this morning, and he's going to post a couple of items in the chat for us. Want to give us an opportunity to think about different ways that we can be continuing to organize and do our advocacy work, and even take place in some direct action type marches and things like that. So Brian's got for us in the chat, he's got the February newsletter from the Washington Interfaith Network, and then one announcement about a march that'll be happening down 16th Street next Tuesday related to TPS and DACA, and that's temporary protected status and deferred action. And so those are all immigration related. I think a lot of you know that. So Brian's going to put those in. Let me say this: the easiest way right now to stay informed about what's coming up right now is to already be on our partners' email list, because they're going to be able to get it out earlier and faster than we can often turn it around. So rather than it changing hands multiple times, you can always get these things sent directly to you. So our friends from Congregation Action Network, these are folks that we've been working with for the better part of 4 years now, specifically around issues related to immigration. Next Tuesday, there will be out, if you wanted to march, like actually walk down, then 9 a.m. up in Mount Pleasant. They will be walking down 16th to Black Lives Matter Plaza for the kind of press conference at 12:30 noon. I realize all of these times are inconvenient. That was true pre-pandemic, and it's true now, but that's when this one is happening, and this one is specifically with our friends from Congregation Action Network and Sanctuary DMV, and it's a march for TPS for permanent residency. So folks who have been in the country under temporary protected status, usually natural disasters, wars, anything like that, who have been here often and sometimes for many decades, think like the Haiti earthquake or something like that, but are now, unless the status is renewed or another option is offered, then they are at risk of deportation. So that's what's happening. So that's 9 a.m. if you wanted to march from Mount Pleasant Park in Northwest, or if you just wanted to meet up with the group over your lunch break downtown, then Black Lives Matter Plaza at 12:30. It'll be good, and it's of course active right now. That's the conversation. Like, what are we going to do? What is the new administration going to do around immigration? This is one way to keep up the pressure and to stand with your neighbors. The other one that Brian's going to share is hopefully, if you figured out how to do it, because sometimes the link gives me a lot of problems, is from our partners with Washington Interfaith Network. That's WIN. So WIN is where we do a lot of our organizing work with our neighbors, in particular around things like jobs, public housing, affordable housing, gun violence, livable wages, all of that kind of stuff. And we do it. It's intentionally among the faith communities and congregations. And so WIN is now good about sending out once a month what kind of things are coming up, and they have had a lot of kind of leadership development classes they've been offering online, and they are more issue based. So if you were looking for ways to kind of either enhance your skills around community organizing or just get your toe into it to see how some of that works, then they've been doing a good job of that. Two of our partners, Emory Fellowship, United Methodist Church, and Temple Sinai, they did a great job to put on a vaccine information panel back on February the 9th. That'll probably come back in some form, But otherwise, there are ways for you to just join in online to take some of these classes in terms of like how do you really help Foundry develop its internal team for keeping everybody connected and engaged. And then there's really good ones on some of the current issues right now around affordable housing. Focuses on green, building green, ensuring green jobs, those sorts of things. They're also doing a lot of teaching around that. Um, the priorities haven't really changed. Affordable housing, replacement of affordable units, that type of thing is still kind of top of mind for Washington Interfaith Network, and especially as we consider what is happening down around um, the RFK campus and what's called Reservation 13. Um, Lots of talk about like how they're going to replace the DC jail, but then there's also eventually going to be quite a bit of development, and uh, we want it to be development that ensures that fewer people are being displaced, or those who have already been displaced actually get the place they can come back to. Um, if you if you wanted to know some of the victories from this past like 6 months, then you could look at the situation at Temple Courts, which is over um, really close to the NPR headquarters, if that makes any sense. Gonzaga High School, that area is like K Street and 2nd Street Northwest. Temple Courts was had public housing on it, but over 10 years ago was torn down. The replacements were never built. The groundbreaking just took place back this past fall. So that's 10 years of people being told, oh, you can come back, you can come back, you can come back, but it took almost 12 years to get just the groundbreaking started. So that's finally being built, but what does that mean for any resident that was displaced in that time? Those are the types of things we want to avoid um, happening in the future, but it continues to happen currently. It happened for Berry Farms. It's happening right this minute at Greenleaf in Southwest. We don't want it to happen to places like Potomac Gardens, and we definitely want to ensure that we stem the tide of displacement where we lost over 20,000 residents of color during this period of the last roughly 12 to 15 years. Pretty insane, really insane numbers when you look at it. Some of that has shifted because of pandemic, but all the ingredients are still there to kind of force people out. So it'd be better if we can put our voice in there to help end some of that practice as a city. So those are two options for you to be able to stay engaged. Again, easiest way to get the info is to be on the mailing list directly from WIN or from Congregation Action Network. Our Sacred Resistance team will continue to try and gather in as much as we can and get the information back to you, but don't wait. Like, don't wait on us to come and tell you. If you see something you want to engage in, go. Let us know you're going. And then if we've got others, we'll make sure that you're getting connected so you can be there as a group. But that's about what I have for you. There are ways to continue to show up, and I hope that you will take advantage of those for the betterment of our community and to look out for our most vulnerable neighbors. I really hope that you'll take advantage of every opportunity. The DC budget will be due out right around Easter. Again, every year it's kind of right around Easter. And so in the meantime, there are the oversight hearings happening at the council. So if you want to get your name on the list, or if you want to find ways to support things like reform of how we do policing in the city, those judiciary committee oversight hearings are happening now and every week, and that's good. And that's also true for all of the other committees. So now's the time. If you want help, you can email me, just broberts@Foundry, and we can talk about how best to show up. But I hope you will take a minute to, if not just share the opportunities that are out there, then make yourself available to those opportunities and get your voice in the lineup along with the rest of the Foundry community. That's about it. Be gentle with yourself. Don't slip on the ice. Put your mask on. Hopefully we will see you on Sunday, 11:15 for worship together. I hope you have a great, great Friday, and we will see you very, very soon. Very, very soon. Goodbye, friends. Thanks, Brian. Bye bye.